It was a easy decision, to be honest. It was something I always felt I wanted to do anyway. And so for us, it was the most natural thing to do. The process was the normal process. So I think we submitted our application around, I think it was early February. We'd already been to an information evening to find out a little bit more. The first stage of the process is for 2 months, and it's lots of historical information, addresses, jobs, lots of references, thinking about networks. And then we went into stage 2, which is obviously where we interacted a lot more with the social workers. She'd been a social worker for quite a long time, so she's obviously done it for a long time and was very good at putting us at ease. But the interviews were sometimes 2-3 hours long, and we had, it was 8 of them, 6 together, and then 1 individual each. But like I said, it was quite intense, talking about your childhood, things that had happened, how that had affected you, obviously how that made you view parenting. Would you do it the same? Would you do it differently? And then we were, obviously as they're going through all that, they interview some of your referees as well. At the end, we get to view the document that they've written, other than what the referees have said about you, which is a shame. And then we had panel. So I think our panel was September.
But actually, no, they're all nice enough.
They were lovely.
They weren't asking questions to try and trip you up or anything.
I think the key that I learnt from it was actually they're not asking you anything you don't know the answer to. And they actually just want honesty. They don't want to know that you perhaps live the perfect life. They more want to know when things are difficult that you've got a support network. Yeah. I was quite stressed about panel. You were quite laid back. And then at the end, when we got the answer, I was quite relieved, and Pete had a little tear. Meeting her for the first time didn't feel quite so bizarre. The strange thing is you are in someone else's house. Yeah. Obviously, you are in the foster carer's house. I
remember I actually went out with some people from work that evening, and it was kind of thing. I met my daughter today. It was, it's quite bizarre, sort of, meeting.
The week of introductions is again, like I say, emotionally draining because it's totally an alien environment. She adjusted, I would say, really well. Yeah. She settled, like I say, from the second night, she slept straight through. Once we'd got her settled and comfortable, from day one, we were mummy and daddy in her eyes. She called us mummy and she called us daddy. She was very good. She came to us. She accepted food from us. She accepted cuddles from us. If she hurt herself, she let us comfort her and soothe her. So whether that was out of a really good bond forming initially, or whether that was actually just out of a need that she needed somebody, but certainly there was no pushing us away or anything.
And she's come on leaps and bounds. Really.
She was very quiet when she first sort of came to us, and for the first year, 15 months, very, very quiet, very quite timid. And it's obviously taken that long for her to feel safe and trust. And once that happened, she's now a 110 mile an hour child. Yeah,
she's got more and more confident.
Confident, talks, great friendships. She's very, very personable now. I can't fault adoption. It's given us the life and the future that we wanted.
Yeah, I think that's probably the thing I'm proudest of that we've ever done.
Yeah.
Give a little girl a
little girl that needed people.
Finding Forever Family.